All right, guys, welcome back to another interview on Unhinged. My next guest is Connor Hughes, and I can't tell you how excited I am to be joined by Connor. He's got such a fantastic fight coming up in PFL Berlin soon. Connor, an absolute pleasure. Thank you
Thank
very
you, my
much.
brother. How are we, Lenny? You good, mate?
I'm good. I'm ecstatic. I'm excited. I mean, I get excited for every interview. I just love speaking to these fighters. But, this one, I like it. You're 7-0, six
Yeah, man.
finishes. Big
Yeah, man.
fight coming to PFL Berlin.
Yeah,
Man,
man.
in the words of the Americans, I'm stoked.
Mate, I'm excited myself. 2 weeks out. Well, 2 weeks after. Cannot wait to go.
Yeah, and absolutely. I kind of want to, talk about, the pre-fight, building up to it. I saw you in Newcastle. I didn't get a chance to say hello. I was there for press. I want to
Yeah,
talk about that night.
yeah,
Should we say that was a bit of a feeler process? You get to feel the vibe, feel the energy. What did you feel
yeah,
from that night?
yeah. Just honestly, you know what? Just I cannot wait for my moments. To be honest, just kind of sat back watching it all. Just realizing, this is my next fight here. The promotion, the fights, how everything was ran, everything, mate. Just taking it all in, just feeding off the energy, and it was good for me to actually be able to get there and sit and watch before actually getting in. So, mate, just that I couldn't wait to have my moment.
Absolutely, and you were surrounded by some, fantastic fighters on that row. Sammy, I saw you picture with Dakota,
Yeah,
fighting on the card, obviously as well. Dakota, Lewis McGrillen, Lewis Lee
yeah,
Scott, Simeone. When you're watching it and you're seeing them fight in the ring in the smart cage, did it become more real then? Like, hold on a minute, I'm fighting PFL Berlin soon. I
yeah.
bet that felt good then.
Yeah, that was kind of like a pinch me moment. Was like, okay, I'm here now. Like I'm actually doing this now. But yeah, mate, like me and the coach are managed by the same manager.
Mm.
I met Simeon and Sammy at the media day. So just chatting to them, getting to know them on a media day, no fights involved or nothing, and then seeing them out there do and handle business the way they did, it just got me more and more fired up, to be honest. And mate, I cannot wait to go in 2 weeks' time.
And then your girlfriend was there with you,
Yeah,
literally by your side. What
yeah.
did she make of it? Did she think, wow, this is kind of big time? My boyfriend's fighting in the big stages.
Like she loves it. She tries to downplay it a little bit, but she loves it really. She's a massive fan of the Coasters as well. She's a proper
Yeah.
fangirl over the Coaster. But yeah, it was. What she said to me as well. She was like, after we got home and stuff, she said she was just surrounded by greatness. You know what I mean? By around all these like different people, like the Kota, Simeon, just all the people that run PFL Europe. Everything, mate. It was a quality night. It was just a real moment for me and her, really.
I would love to talk about your opportunity. As we talked about, against Dylan, it's a
Yeah,
fantastic fight. As I
yeah,
talked about, he's very experienced. Fought in Bellator, fought in Bama, fought in Brave. And he's very awkward, very unorthodox. What,
yeah.
what, what are you kind of expecting from Dylan on fight day? What fight do you reckon he's going to bring?
I think from looking at his past fights, he throws a lot of feints. He's got a lot of movements, like you said. He's tricky in some areas. He has that body type, that long, limby body type that can pose threats in certain areas. Um, but I think there's a lot of things that Dylan does automatically that he's not even aware of himself. Really, to be honest, um, I think it's a great fight for me. I think it's a statement making fight. I think it's definitely like you said. He's fought on Bellator. He's fought on Bama. He's quite known within the pro scene. So it's a name for me to take. I think he can be tricky in some areas. I think he's good in some areas, but I think it's a fight that I can take over for sure.
Absolutely, and I think PFL Europe have done an absolutely fantastic job matching you. We spoke about today. He's very awkward. He's very, as you talked about, he's very aggressive
Yeah,
on the feints. He's very awkward and unorthodox when he's standing. A bit of a karate stance, as we will. How are you kind of preparing for a style like Dylan? You talked about the openings there with that karate stance. I feel that there's a lot of openings for yourself, especially how ferocious you are, how active and ferocious you are with your striking.
yeah. Well, I actually come from a karate background, so
There we
that
are.
that footwork, that movement is my bread and butter, to be honest. I've just adjusted my style slightly to kind of work for when I need it. But I mean, that sort of movement, that sort of footwork, them sort of feints, they're nothing new to me. They're nothing I haven't seen before. So I don't think I'm going to be overwhelmed by that at all. If anything, I think I can do that better than him. Again, I feel like, with the karate background that I have, alongside that is I have timing that a lot of fighters don't have, I don't think, and I find gaps and make reads quicker than a lot of people do. So, I mean, if you look throughout my fighting career, amateur and pro, I think you see where like I kind of hit the targets when other people don't. I have this capability of being able to read where you are at all times. So, I think there's definitely flaws for me to open up and get the finish.
What he talks about flaws there as well, and if you watch his last fight, obviously didn't go. It was it didn't go his way. Sorry.
Crazy
What are you
fight
taking
that.
away from that?
I mean, it's hard, really, isn't it? When he got soccer kicked in the head, and then the fight carried on, and he was on top. And I mean, they should have given the time there. To be honest, if I'm honest with you, there was no way he was fully recovered from that illegal shot. And what did it last? Like just over a minute, less than that.
Mm.
So you can't really take anything from that. It was short, and what happened in there was a bit crazy. He's got a fight earlier on in the year, which again finished in the first round, and then before that, we didn't see him for 4 years.
Yeah.
But again, he's 100% going to improve. He's going to be better than his last fight. I know that. I'm better than my last fight. So I just think that there's things that he does automatically that I will pick up on in there, and I'm, to be honest, I'm not sure whether he knows he does it himself, but we'll see it.
Absolutely. The fight game is, the game of inches. The way you're speaking, it gets me even more excited about the fight. I mean, it's a fantastic fight, and a win over Dylan would be fantastic for the trajectory of your career moving forward. Yeah. How important does this one feel heading into this one for you?
Mate, this is, like I said, this is a statement-making fight, but I do feel like this is my moment, and I do feel like this is the start of something special. So, people are always asking me, do you feel the pressure? Do you feel the step up? Do you feel like it's gonna get to you a little bit? But I've been, all right, not MMA. I've done MMA for 8 years, but I've been in martial arts now for 23 years. Like, I've been working my whole life, and I do feel like that this is my moment. So, I'm not going in there feeling like I'm going to quiver to the pressure and the lights, and Dylan Tuke, who's had experience on big shows. Like, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to seize the moment and take the opportunity, and I'm just going to show everybody who I am. And like I said, this is the start of something special. This is a new door opening, and I do feel like I'm going to be, I know I'm going to be the best to come out of Liverpool ever, but I'm looking to become the best ever. So, it's kind of in the hands of the gods in a way. But like, the way I'm feeling, the way my camp's gone, the shape I'm in, everything, I don't see it going the distance at all. There's no way this fight goes 3 rounds.
I mean, if you look at your track record, the only time you went the distance was against Cruz in your last fight. Other than that, it's 6 finishes, mostly by submission. So I completely agree. And Dylan as well, he's a finisher. So it's a great matchup. It's good. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, it's going to be explosive. That's to say the least. PFL Berlin, July 8th. Ticking off these different locations in Berlin. I mean, you're going around the country, ticking off, as I talked about, ticking off these locations. How does that feel? You're working pretty much, and you're going to different locations and fighting. How does that feel? Does that feel surreal?
Yeah, I mean, like I've fought abroad before, but in kickboxing and karate, so it's obviously different, and again, like the magnitude of the fight, the platform that it's on, live on the zone, things like that, like. It's massive, but at the same time, again, it's the dream. This is what I've been working for. You know what I mean? This is this is what I've sacrificed and dedicated my life to for so long. I'm going to take it with both hands, and I'm going to, 23 years of work is, that's going to show. And mate, I'm just going to show that I'm the king in this division. I'm the one who's going to be winning the 100 grand, and I'm the one who's going to be getting $1 million after that. So, mate, this is a story. I feel like this is the start of a story, and who knows what'll happen, but I feel like this is the start of something big. I don't feel like this is just, we got a call up one day and it happened. Like, this is meant for me.
Well, my last question was going to talk about, the partnership, the relationship with PFL. Do you see it being long-term distance? But you just put the nail on the head. I want to win that $1 million. Basically what you just said.
That's it. I want to be PFL world champion. I want to be PFL Europe champion, and then I want to be PFL world champion. And, the world's mine, mate. I'm just going to take one fight at a time, and, what comes, but I'm here to stay and I'm here to win.
Absolutely. Conor, an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much. Catch Conor fighting PFL Berlin, July 8th. An absolute fantastic show, top to bottom. Conor, an absolute pleasure. Wish you the best of luck, and I'll catch you soon.
Thank you, Lenny, lad. Appreciate it. See you soon.